Can somebody get me just one of the lassos out of there or out of the training area? So what we'll do with this horse, we're going to do it a little bit different, but we'll start the round pinning. What I want to do this time that's a little different is get the horse doing outside turns, turning into the fence. So you really want both. Ultimately, we want the horse turning towards us. So when we get the horse moving, what I want to do is choose the direction, eventually choose which way the horse turns, and from there choose, you can go ahead and bring it in. And from there, I want the horse to stand and have some hips moving. Thank you, sir. All right, so they're almost always going to want to come back to where the gates are, where they came in. So they're not stupid. They know that that's where they came in, and they would just as soon not be here. So we want to change that where the horse's focus is not getting out there, but it's what's happening in here. So it's going to be a little resistant to going too far this way to get the focus shifted. So what are a couple of things? It's early. It'd be early to have that, but what are a couple of things we're looking for? Somebody. Head lower. Okay. That was almost on cue. Eyes and ears towards me. I want an ear to start coming towards me. I want those eyes to focus on me. So if you get too close, you're either going to get hurt or the horse is, so you definitely don't want to throw your body in the way. So right now, the horse is just trying to figure out what in the world we want him to do. We'll turn him here in a minute, but I want this right eye, left eye rather, to be on me. I want that ear to start coming towards me. Okay, so I mentioned that what I'm wanting this time is for the nose to go away from me, which we can correct that later. So he's got used to the left eye on me. We'll see what he does with the right eye. I want to stay right here as much as I can. By right here, I want to stay in the middle when he's doing what I want. I don't want to chase him. So I'll come out, motivate him. So you have a direction that I want him to go, a spot that I'm working on. On this, you could put that spot kind of anywhere. Put it on the tail, put it on the nose. In other words, I want that spot to move forward. So I want direction, spot, what spot I'm working on, motivator, how I'm going to motivate that spot to move, and reward, how I'll let the horse know that it did what I want it to do. All right, so that's good there. Getting eye on me, ear cocked over this way. So we'll turn it again. So come over here, turn it, and come back to the middle. Good. So we're looking at the horse relaxing, so I don't want to have too much motion here. I want to have enough to motivate the horse to move forward, the direction I choose. Now we'll turn the horse again. right? Having a horse where you can dictate whether it turns inside or outside is really good overall anyway. Having an outside turn away from you is going to get a better stop on them. So once we get this down, get the horse saying, okay, all I got to do is go this direction, everybody's happy, then I'll keep this routine up. I want the horse to eye and ear on me. I want the horse to start licking his lips. I want to see that tongue a little bit, the lips licking, head to drop. And that generally comes with a little bit of a routine. They'll start kind of getting a little bit bored. Okay? Or that's what I want them to do. Start getting a little bit where they go, okay, I've got this figured out. Here we go. You want to turn them different spots. So that they don't just get spot trained where it's always one area. Good. Good. I ought to come back over here. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to keep working with the horse. We're going to go ahead and get a horse trailer, and the next phase of this is going to be training the horse to load in a horse trailer without being touched. So if you've got an untouched horse, you need to have it loaded, whether you're picking it up. Every once in a while we'll end up having to pick up a horse that nobody can touch yet. If I can get it in a round pen, we can get them loaded. I've done the same thing that we'll do here in a square pen. It's a little harder to do, but simply because they got those corners that they're in. But you can load them out of a round pen without ever touching it. This is probably one of the better demonstrations on least resistance training. That area that they don't want to go into, oftentimes the area that you want them to go into. So that's the area you want them to be the most comfortable with. So it's really changing their thinking. All right, so we have the horse trailer backed in, the round pen, and it's just open. So that's really all we want. What I want to change now, I've got the horse turning away from me, and I want to have a line here, right even with this door, that I don't want the horse to pass. So I want to work maybe 2/3 of the round pen, let it come maybe over this far, back over this far, but not past that. So it doesn't mean the horse is not going to ever pass it. It just means you really get a little more energy into it. Tell that horse, nope, when you do that, you got to work more. So it takes the horse a little bit to figure this out. He's going to want to do that. Comes back. That was good right there. So that's why you want them doing outside turns, is because I want that horse to start figuring out that I want that nose to be going away, so it'll go inside. Now, what I want to start doing is taking the pressure off when the horse gets close to where I want it to go. Now, I want the horse to start wanting to go back to that point. Nose in. Yep. Gets close. Okay. So as long as that nose is pointed towards that trailer, I'm going to take the pressure off. Now, work them a little bit in here. Then pressure off. Okay, as long as that nose is pointed in towards that trailer, I'm going to typically take the pressure off. Okay? So I don't want to put any pressure on the horse when he's at the entrance to that trailer. So the tendency is get him close and you want to push him in. And then they don't want to come back. So they want to come back. Go ahead and turn them. Turn them. Now I'm going to take the pressure off, see how far he'll trot up there. Okay, again, see. As long as that nose is pointed in, I'm going to take the pressure off. Now, if I put pressure on, it's to run him away, not to push him in. So once that nose comes back to me, that's a good sign to say, okay, we'll work a little bit out here. Now, if you start to run them away and they want to stay close, that's when you know you're getting close to them getting in. So same if you're trailer loading, just from the ground, just with a halter on them. If they sniff, paw, bang around a little bit, just saying, is this thing going to hold me? So what I want to do here is keep them closer and let them know they come back to there. That's what you want. So if you take that object that he was afraid of, now he's saying, this is where I want to be. The pressure's off right here. Then you're to a spot where you can go to the next level. I'm putting a little more energy into it. Now when they go in, just back away, let them rest there, and just let them relax. Okay? All right. So a lot of times what they'll do is they'll be in there for just a few seconds, turn around and run back out. So this is really what you want. Sometimes you don't get this for 2 or 3 times. So go ahead and walk around and the horse should trot out. I'll step back, because what we're not trying to do is get the horse to go into a horse trailer from a round pen, wanting to train the horse to go in and out of a horse trailer and want to be there. Go ahead, just whatever it takes, just good. So why don't you grab something that next time that you can, because it's going to get harder to get the horse out. So now I want to motivate the horse. Wants to go back. Nope. My rule of thumb is I like to do this 5 or 6 times. Horse come out and then let it go back in. I want it to really want to go back in, so give it some time to rest right there. And go ahead. And I'll just back away, give the horse room to come out. And there we go, take it away now. All right. So the horse is really already not wanting to come out. So that's what we're looking for. So we'll turn the horse a couple of times here. Okay. Good. All right, that's really what we're looking for. Want him to want to be in there, and really a horse is looking for essentially the same thing we are. The horse is wanting peace. I just want to be left alone. So you work that to your advantage. You got a horse that hasn't been touched, that you really already got it where it's trained to seek that trailer, and that becomes the safe place. All right? Piece of cake. All right. It's all about timing and watch where that nose is. This is a good example of how we train. So figuring out how to get that horse to say, okay, the pressure went away, so I want to go back to where the pressure went away. So that's the same if you're leading the horse moves forward, pressure goes away. You're not dragging the horse. Your heel comes into the right side, horse moves left, heel goes away. And same with reining, backing. You come back, as soon as that steps back, pressure goes. So what they do is they just say, I like being where there's no pressure. So they'll start seeking that, and that's really the essence of least resistance training. That resistance comes in, then you just barely touch that, the least amount you can. Go ahead and run it out one more time, because I'll give you an example of that. So if I don't really motivate a lot, so let's see how little of amount that I would need to get the horse to go in. So that would be least resistance. So I didn't need to move this. The horse says, okay, that's where I want to be. So you just kind of, you may ramp it up in the initial part of it or during some of the training, but you always want to come back down to the least amount that it takes to get the response you're looking for. So the trailer loading out of a round pin is a great way to illustrate that. All right? Okay.